Holy hell, guys, it is official. Iran's supreme leader has just been confirmed to have been killed. He is dead. Donald Trump has just confirmed this in a full, long statement and called him one of the most evil people in history. Now, Khamenei's body was reportedly recovered from the rubble at his compound this morning from the strikes and apparently riddled with shrapnel wounds. That means in the first 2 months of 2026, first Maduro, then El Mucho from Mexico, the cartel leader, and now Khamenei. Holy hell, guys, it is official.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace, love, and citations to the elect, pushing the truth to the four corners of the earth, waking up the rest of the elect so Yahweh Shai can return speedily and save us upon out of this wicked kingdom. And I pray that I'm numbered amongst those elect men to be saved and redeemed in these wicked times when the Lord returns. Okay. And the topic of this lesson, I showed you those TikToks, man. About war. War is brewing up, okay, between Iran and the United States and Israel, okay. And yeah, man, they're actually striking each other. All right. Okay, Iran hit a U.S. Navy base that's located over there off the coast of the Strait of Hormuz, okay? I believe on the Saudi Arabian side. All right. At the Bahrain, I believe that's in Saudi Arabia, okay, off the coast of Saudi Arabia, all right, which Saudi Arabia is an allied country with America. And Iran just destroyed a Navy base there, all right? Just goes to show you, what times we're in, man, all right? And then the United States took out that official, what was his name?
Holy hell.
Iran's supreme leader, okay? The United States just took his ass out, man, okay? All right, just goes to show you, big things are happening, man, over there, all right? And what else? The United States also struck Iran, killing 40, girls, all right? Okay. So, yeah, man, World War III has started, okay? But it, hey, just remember, the mark, the M-A-R-K of the B-E-A-S-T has to come to be made mandatory, okay? Yeah, before the Lord returns, all right? Okay. Okay, so Revelation 13-16, the mark of the beast has to be made mandatory. All right, the RFID microchip has to be made mandatory throughout the whole world before World War III, ends, okay? Before the Lord Yahweh Shai returns, okay? So remember that, all right, and keep that in your mind, all right? Because, we're seeing these prophetic things happen, all right? And it looks like, Yahweh Shai is about to return, man, which he is. He's about to return, okay? But just remember, all right, the mark of the beast has to be made mandatory, okay? Okay, America isn't going to be fully destroyed, all right, by 200 million nuclear missiles, all right, until the mark of the beast is made mandatory first, okay? All right, and the mark of the beast is not made mandatory yet, okay? And I was watching the brother from Dallas, okay? He was doing an in-transit video, just putting his 2 cents in on this topic, man, about Iran and America, at war with each other, and noting that these countries that say that they're backing Iran, like Russia, okay, and these other countries, all right, they're not, in China and India and whatnot, they're not helping Iran out. They're letting, they're not striking the United States. They're not shooting missiles at Israel and America. You don't see the Russians, India, China, and these other countries shooting missiles at the United States and Israel, backing up Iran, even though they say they are, even though they say that they do back Iran, okay, which they do, but hey, they're not stepping in. They're not helping out. It's just Iran getting beat up by America, Iran shooting missiles. You don't see Russia and China shooting missiles right now, okay? And this, we all know war is a theater, right? That's why they call it theater of war, okay? What this is gonna, as brothers in this truth, hey, we see that, that this is gonna lead to the Strait of Hormuz being restricted, okay? All right, the oil that goes through there is gonna be restricted, all right, which will lead to high, and it's gonna lead to inflation. Maybe not super hyperinflation, but it's going to be big inflation prices here in the United States if oil is restricted or stops going through the Strait of Hormuz because of Iran, with the war, with Iran, So, hey, that's going to affect us, us United States people when it comes to prices, all right? The cost of living, all right? It's going to be way more expensive living here in America because, hey, oil is everything in this wicked-ass world, all right? Oil is everything in America, all right? And what America does goes, America goes to these other lands and countries around the world and steals their oil, takes their oil, okay? So they could keep their prices low in America, all right? But if these countries bite back, all right. America doesn't have that power. They lose their power, man. Okay, and prices can't be as cheap because hey, they can't take their oil from that country no more. Oil can't go through the Strait of Hormuz no more. All right. And hey, inflation in the United States. Hey, that's just one more step. All right, to the mark of the beast being made mandatory, man. Because the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip is going to be a solution to a worsening society in America. Hyperinflation, super high prices, bad, just horrible living conditions in America. Life getting worse and worse and tightening up in America. Okay, the solution is going to be the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. All right, and these elites of this world, all right, are fabricating war, making war, causing chaos, so that their solution could be the mark of the beast. All right, so they're affecting the world. All right, they're causing the chaos throughout the whole world, man. Okay, systematically. Okay, that's why you don't see these other countries, all right, all out shooting missiles at defending Iran. All right, yet. They will, but not yet. Okay? Because, hey, the Strait of Hormuz, all right, it looks like the Strait of Hormuz needs, has to be restricted, all right, and affect Americans, all right? Because, hey, these elites, they do things gradually, okay, through gradualism, all right? And hey, man, their main goal is making the mark of the beast be made mandatory, and they have to have certain places, certain things happen and fall in line for that to happen, man. Okay? So, hey, that's the Lord. Hey, even the Lord is making these elites make these countries, go to war with each other and whatnot, So, hey, everything's falling in line, slowly but surely. Okay? So, yeah, big things just happened, man. All right, big things. And it looks, it could seem like we're about to go, World War III is about to go full force explosion, missiles everywhere, every country, America being destroyed, turning into that lake of fire, like us brothers be preaching, all right, that the Bible speaks about, which it will happen, but hey, not yet, all right, that's not going to happen before the mark of the beast, okay, so remember that. This is Matthew 24:6. It says, and ye shall hear rumors of, Matthew 24:5. I'm going to start at 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be this? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? All right. And Yahushua. All right. So what's gonna happen? What's gonna be happening right before the Lord returns? All right. That's what they asked him. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. All right. And there's a lot of that going on right now. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. So, hey, the end is not yet. All right. Because there's, all the prophecies have to come to pass. All the prophecies have to be fulfilled. Okay. So we're seeing wars. We're seeing rumors of wars. Okay. In actual wars, going on. All right. But the end is not yet. All right. Salakia. Verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay. All right. So, hey, Iran, America, all right, these countries rising up against each other, shooting at each other. All right. In verse 8, it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All right. So, hey, the end is not yet, man. Be patient, Akim. All right. Stand upon thy watch. All right. Measure the times diligently. Okay. Measure everything with prophecy. All right. With the scriptures to see what time we're in, man. Revelation 13:16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay. And this prophecy has not came to pass yet. Okay. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MARK of the name of the beast or the number of his name. So, hey, all right. You're not going to be able to buy or sell if you don't have this thing, okay? And that's the society that the same society, is going towards, man, okay? Or if you don't receive or take this RFID microchip, which will be made mandatory, because it exists, all right? It's literally in these phones, in your debit card, in your pets, okay? All types of technology, all right? It's RFID technology, man. But it hasn't been made mandatory to be put inside of you, okay, yet, okay? That's what this verse 16 just says. It says, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, all right, in the right hand or in the forehead. So, hey, man, has everybody been made mandatory, or has that been made mandatory for everybody to take that thing? to take this. All right. Has this been made mandatory throughout the whole world? All right. To be put inside of you? No. Okay, so A. All right, those 200 million, all right, those 200,000 nuclear missiles that will be shot from all these countries like Russia, China, Iran, okay, these other countries, all right, that will be allied with them to hit America, 200 million nuclear missiles to hit America. Hey, you know, that hasn't made mandatory yet, okay? I mean, that's not going to happen until this is made mandatory. Salakia, you know, I was thinking about this one scene that I still got to do a lesson about, you know, in this one movie where it literally depicts that, you know, these arrows, 200 million arrows. I think it was 1 million arrows, and they're fiery arrows, man, you know, from the sky, and it was perfectly described as, you know, in the Bible. But hey, you know, no matter what goes on in the Middle East, okay, just remember this has to be made mandatory throughout the whole world to be put inside of people, okay? All right, the end is not yet, all right? I think I have one more precept. Yeah, Revelation 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, that hour of temptation is exactly what I've been talking about, man. Revelation 13:16 becoming mandatory. Okay, the Lord tells you to not take this, but the world, right, the so-called white man, he's going to tell you to take this. All right, and if you don't, you're going to be kicked out of society, all right, unalived on the spot, or shoved in a FEMA camp or / concentration camp, or kicked out of society. I think I said that already, you know? Okay, damn, this motherfucker got 4 of them. Shit, I think, was that 4 of them? 5 of them. Damn, dude, shit. You know? But yeah, you know, that's going to be the hour of temptation. This becoming mandatory. The Lord tells you to not take it, but the white man tells you to take it. You know, but if you don't take it, you're going to go through straits. All right, things might happen to you, but hey, trust in the Lord. Trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai that he's going to redeem you and save you out of those troubling times. All right, and with you trust in the Lord, all right, you're not going to take this. All right, receive this. Okay, so yeah.